Hello, everyone, and welcome to your podcast, Voice for Human Rights. Today, we're going to talk about three important articles from the Universal Declaration of Human Rights Article 1, Article 3, and Article 12. We will also discuss the fight against violence against women around the world. With me are my friends Adri, Jos, and Leo. Hi, guys.
Hi Diana, thanks for having us. This is a topic that matters to everyone because human rights belong to all people everywhere.
Exactly. This article shows us how every person should be treated, and they also help us understand what happens when these rights are ignored. When we look at past events, we see why defending human rights is so important.
Right, and we also connect these articles with real events from the past, because learning her history helps us really save for a more equal future.
Let's start with Article 1, which says, all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. This article reminds us that nobody should be treated as inferior because gender, race, religion, nationality, or any other difference.
Sadly, history shows many moments where this article was ignored. For example, during the Jim Crow law in the United States, African Americans were not treated as equal citizens for decades.
Another example is in South Africa, where black people were separated and controlled sample because of their skin color. This system affected education, housing, and daily life for millions. It shows how dangerous discrimination can be in Article 1.
The example shown where Article 1 exists to remind us that equality is a basic right.
Article 3 says everyone has the right to life, liberty, and the security of person. This means that no one can take away your life, your freedom, or your safety.
History gives us many painful examples where this right was violated. One of them is the Holocaust, where millions were murdered simply for belonging to certain groups.
Yes, another example was the dictatorship in Latin America, like in Argentina in the 1970s, where thousands of people were kidnapped or disappeared.
Article 3 protects people from these kinds of abuse. It reminds us that everyone deserves to live without fear and that every life has value. When this right is violated, the entire communities suffer, which is why defending it is so important. Article 12 says that no one has the right to invade your privacy, your home, your family, or your honor. It protects people from being watched, controlled, and using unfriendly. Having privacy is part of living with dignity.
A historical violation was when the Stasi in East Germany spied on millions of people.
Yes, another example is the first invasion of indigenous territories in many countries.
Article 12 protects people from surveillance, harassment, and any intrusion that affects dignity. Now, we move to a very important topic, the fight against violence against women.
Women have faced violence throughout history. For example, the witch hunts in Europe, where dozens of women were tortured and executed.
More recent cases include the feminists in Ciudad Juárez, Mexico, where many women were murdered and their cause ignored. These strategies show how violence breaks basic human rights and why it is necessary to raise awareness.
Yes, domestic violence today is still affecting millions of women, violating Articles 3 and 12.
But movements like Me Too and UN Women's He for She have helped raise awareness.
Everyone must help in this fight. It's not just a woman's problem.
Yeah, today we learned how Articles 1, 3, and 12 connect to real situations. This way protect quality, safety, and dignity. Understand to help us recognize injustice and support a world where everyone is respected.
Yes, understanding these rights help us recognize injustice.
Human rights are principles meant to protect every human being.
Thank you for listening to Voice for Human Rights. See you next time. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.